Hello, my friend, and welcome to part 7 in my Psych Authority series on healing disorganized attachment, which is also called fearful avoidant attachment or anxious avoidant attachment. Now, in the first 6 parts of this series, so far we have learned 1. How our brains work when we have a disorganized attachment style. 2. How to pay attention to our thoughts. 3. How to rewire our brain for success. 4. How to express our feelings openly and honestly. 5. How to change our body language. 6. How to build self-confidence. 7. How to make our home a comfortable palace. 8. How to create a healthy routine. And 9. How to start spending time with people we love, as well as even how to hang out and socialize regularly with new people who share our interests so we can start healing our disorganized attachment and building a more secure and healthy relationship with our partner. By now, we've got a book of wins that is going strong with all our successes. We are spending more time doing things we are good at. We are regularly using the 5-second trick to face our fears and conquer them, and we are even eating a healthy diet. Now, I really want to congratulate you for making it this far because I know it hasn't been easy, but it has been worth it. Now, if you have missed the first 6 parts, check the description below for links because you will not be able to fully heal disorganized attachment without going through all the steps in those videos first. And now, for everyone who has watched the first 6 parts, let's get straight into this video. Now that we are out socializing more and more on a regular basis, be it at the gym, or with a close friend or loved one, or even with a new group of like-minded people in our area, it is really time to tackle step number 10, which is accepting other people's flaws. So the more people that we do meet, the more we realize one thing. Everyone has something messed up about them. Our disorganized attachment style can often make us wait to start opening up and building a friendship or romantic relationship with someone until we have found a totally perfect person with no flaws. But we need to realize that there is no perfect person. And everyone has something wrong with them. Some kind of flaw in their personality, some kind of issue that they struggle with. And just like we have our own flaws, each one of the people that we meet, all of our friends and loved ones, and even our romantic partner all have their own flaws. We need to accept that everyone is flawed in some way or another. And we need to start being okay with that. Instead of being a relationship and friendship perfectionist, we need to be at least somewhat okay with other people having faults and things that we don't like about them. So how can we start accepting other people's flaws even when they drive us crazy? One way to do this is to take a step back and look at all the good things that the person does versus the bad things. And hopefully when we do this, we realize that the good things will outnumber the bad. For example, let's say we have a friend or a loved one who doesn't text us back as quickly as we would like. Or let's even say that they flat out do not text us back, ever. Now, of course, that would drive anyone kind of crazy. But we need to ask ourselves, what good things do they bring to the table? By focusing on what the other person does that we do like, it makes it easier to deal with the things they do that we don't like. So, for example, we could think, Jeff may never text me back, but he is always there when I need his help. And if I call him and leave him a message, he usually does call me back. Another way that we can start accepting other people's flaws is to try responding in a new way whenever they do something that we don't like. For example, we may notice that every time we ask a friend or loved one to do something new and fun with us, that they never want to do it. So if we suggest to them that we should go together and take a fun trip, or we should try a new hobby or activity, they never want to go. And this might be super frustrating and even make us dislike them. But how do we respond when they say they don't want to go with us? Do we just give up? Maybe there is another tactic that we could try that might work better and convince our friend that they should go with us. Maybe we could try waiting and asking them again another day after they have had time to think about it. Or we could try just dropping the idea multiple times over a period of a few days or weeks instead of just asking them once and then giving up when they aren't automatically in love with our idea. When we try a new way of responding to the other person, we might find that the other person gives us a different answer. They might end up agreeing to go on the trip with us if we allow ourselves to stop and respond differently than we normally would. Now, a third thing we can do to start getting over other people's flaws is to think about why what they're doing bothers us so much. Going back to the example of a friend not returning our text messages, it's likely that it bothers us because it makes us think that Jeff doesn't care enough about us to return our text messages. But we know that Jeff does care about us because he is always down to hang out and he usually returns our phone calls. So just by stopping and thinking about it logically, we can start to dismantle why Jeff not texting us back bothers us, and then realize that it's mainly about us and our own fears of Jeff not liking us, and then on top of that, our fear of Jeff not liking us isn't even true, as evidenced by Jeff calling us back and always wanting to hang out. And another thing we can do is remind ourselves that we have flaws too. We have things about us that other people probably don't like, but they are willing to overlook those things because they want to have a relationship or a friendship with us. So if they are willing to overlook some of our flaws, we can at least be willing to try and overlook some of their flaws as well. Now, these are 4 strong tools that we can use to stop being a friendship and relationship perfectionist and start learning to accept people as they are, flaws and all. And this is another huge step forward in healing our disorganized attachment. Now, don't get too carried away with this step. It's good to be accepting of some flaws, but if someone is bringing 95% flaws to the table and only 5% positive traits, it may be time to step away from that person. But if you mostly like someone and do enjoy spending time with them, and feel they are a positive influence on you, but they have a few things that just drive you crazy, it's probably a good idea to try and accept them as they are, flaws and all. Because at the end of the day, your life is better when you have this person in it. But if you feel like your life is not better when you have this person in your life, maybe you should step away from them. So, what flaws have you been able to overlook? Let me know down in the comments how your journey to healing disorganized attachment is going, because I would really love to hear from you. Please leave a like and share this video if you have found it helpful. Then click here to discover the next step in healing disorganized attachment, and I will see you there.